Vocal topic of the week 23, watching performance videos of yourself. Everybody hates this. And so in the spirit of me practicing what I preach and, doing what I say and what I ask you guys to do, I'm going to do it myself. So you're going to see me do it. This is a performance that I did. I sang in the last recital. I don't sing in most of the voice recitals. They're not about me. They're about you guys. But I wanted to sing in this one, and it's fun to sing every once in a while, and Emily and I both sang. And, I was thinking about this. It's so hard for everybody to watch videos back. I don't care if you're professional, amateur, voice teacher. Watching performance videos back, it stirs up a lot of crazy in your head, and so you have to be mindful of it and figure out how to separate out the crazy from the constructive, all right? And so, let me get my phone charging. So I want to talk a little bit about how to do that, and I have some ways to help. First of all, step one, when you're going to watch a video back to yourself and hope to learn something for the future, check your emotional place before you start watching it, okay? Make sure that you're not rattled or you're not stressed out or you didn't just break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend or, make sure that you're peaceful, okay? And you're in an okay place, all right? As close to it as you can be, okay? Now, so as we watch back these videos, if we just watch it back, usually what happens is we get in this mindset of like, oh my gosh, was that good? And we just have this thought in our mind of whether it was good or not. Did I suck? Was I good? And you don't think about constructive things. You just think about good or suck. And usually you think it sucked. Or, I hate to say it, but that's not always. But most people, their default reaction is to excessive self-criticism to the point of not even seeing it for what it is, So we're going to see if I can break through that a bit. When watching myself. Now, I'm going to apply 5 different parameters or 5 different topics that I'm going to have in mind when I watch the performance. I'm not going to watch all of it. We're going to watch some of it. 5 different parameters. Number 1, how's my pitch? Am I sharp? Am I flat? Am I not hitting the note I'm going to? Number 2, what's my tone quality? Does my voice sound too loud and too pressed, or does it sound maybe too soft for the expression? Is it too pulled back in my throat? Is it too nasal? Those things, okay? Does my tone seem like it works? Next, we have text. Am I connected to the text? Do I seem like I'm communicating what the song is about? Do I seem plugged into the expression? Number 4, my physicality. How's my body? Do I seem awkward? Do I seem comfortable? Are my movements enhancing the expressive experience? And number 5, style. And style has to do with, do I sound like an opera singer singing a pop song not knowing that pop is different, or vice versa? Or, is there a stylistic awareness that's appropriate to the song, okay? This was the jazz recital, so I was singing Ain't Misbehavin', and I've got a lot of things to say about my performance that we'll talk about, but I want to show you how I would listen to myself, all right? And what I would learn from this, okay? Just like I would ask you guys to. First of all, with these old-time microphones, make sure you turn them on, because sometimes they flip off.
Talk with all by myself, no one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. I ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
Okay, so up to this point, let's use the 5-step system. Number 1, how was my pitch? It was okay. I was actually a little wonky. Overall, it felt pretty good. But there were some times where I was drifting into the pitch a little bit longer than I wanted to. So that was good, pretty good, not great. Number 2 was my tone quality. My tone quality was fine. I noticed something that affected my tone quality was that I noticed the mic was really hot. It was really live. And in that, it felt like it felt like singing in the tone I wanted to was a little too loud, so I think subconsciously I pulled back a bit. I wanted to have a little bit more of a squeezed, almost bluesy sound. No one to talk with all by myself, oh, like that kind of a sound. But I was like, oh, it made me get a little more sort of no one to talk with, into that kind of airflowy, warm sound, which I didn't really want to go to, and I think. And I just kind of sort of rolled with it as I went. But that was something, tone quality, I noticed already was bugging me. Expressive, I seem to be pretty aware of what I'm saying. Physicality, I look pretty comfortable. I like the way that mic feels. And style. Style is okay. Later on, I have some problems with style. But I'll talk about that later. Okay, let's keep listening and see if what things fall apart if they do.
I know for certain the one I love.
Okay.
I'm through with flirting. It's just you I'm thinking of.
All right, so that sound right there, like, first of all, I like the physicality. Number 3 or number 4 is physicality. Like, I feel like I like the way I look. I feel like I'm natural up there. That sound, I feel like I'm driving my voice more than I'd want to. I want more squeeze and a little less, like muscle. I feel like I'm muscling the voice up there a little bit. So that would be a comment I'd make. You guys are going to see me do what I do to you.
I'm misbehaving, saving my love for you.
That phrase drove me nuts. Saving my love for you. It's like I half speaky, half singing. And sometimes it's okay to do that. In that case, it just didn't sound. It didn't sound necessary there. It felt like, and I was also trying to get the band going a little bit, and I couldn't get. If I were playing the piano, I would have been really staccato, and I was going to play, but I didn't. But I noticed like that really changed it, and I was trying to give the band a feel with my body of that like third quarter, all of these things are going on in your brain, right? Here's the bass like. All right, so there, number 1, my pitch is bugging me there. Like Jack, those coming down to those C's are a little wonky because I'm barking it. Like Jack, oh no, I'm sort of throwing it away, and I'm always trying to push it bluesy, but we're not bluesy, so it's almost feels like I'm just yelling. Plus, the mic was really loud, right?
In the corner.
I like how my vibrato is coming at the end of the phrases, so you have to say positive things too that you liked.
What do I care? Your kisses are what I'm waiting for.
I like that part. I like the energy there, the sort of going for it. It's a little big. It's almost a little theatrical, I think. And you notice my vibrato got a little bobbly on four. There was like a little catch because I was driving my voice too hard. And your vibrato will always show the bobbles if you're muscling the voice too much. All right. See, I do it to myself too. What we're doing,
I don't stay out late.
Another thing too. I feel like I have to say this for myself, and for my instructors is the same, and just professional musicians in general. It's easy to take for granted, like this song. I've sung this song years ago. I used to sing this song a lot when I played piano bars and stuff like that, but. Just because I did, and just because I talk about singing all the time, it doesn't mean that the muscle memory is necessarily reinforced in me. What's reinforced in me is all the stuff I work on with you guys, like mama, all of that stuff, the mixing. But as far as like singing full songs through, other than if I'm practicing or working on things, when I'm all like busy teaching, I'm not building the muscle memory. And so something that I would learn from this is I'm probably not going to wing it in a recital like this and just like decide that day and hop up and do it, just because the muscle memory, even though I'm talking about it and even though I was happy with a lot of it, like there's a lot of muscle memory that could have been tighter if I didn't just wing it. And as a professional and as somebody who's worked and singing, you kind of rest on your laurels a lot, but we should always hold the integrity that every time we sing public, we actually, we take time to make sure it's working, So that would be something I would have learned from that.
I don't care to go.
I like my physicality here.
I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. I misbehave.
That pitch got a little saving my love. So, as we look at these topics here, right? Let's break it down. You just keep these topics. Whoops. You just keep these topics in your mind, and they help you from going down the road of, oh my God, am I good? Am I good? Oh, I'm a voice teacher. Is this okay? Is it okay that I sang in front of my students? Did that sound bad? Are they going to think I stink now? What if my students were better than me? You know, like, see, that would be the rabbit hole of thoughts. Your thoughts are going to be whatever your thought. You know what I mean? That's just how crazy our brains get. And when you watch yourself back, if you're not mindful to your thoughts when you do it, and you don't look for something constructive to take from it, then you're not going to learn. You're just going to be creating this sort of downward spiral of thinking that leads to more insecurity and fear, and will likely cause you to act out of it and do something that you don't want to do, you know? So be very constructive and logical when you listen. That's kind of my point. And break it down and start off with these topics. You'll find other things to talk about once you activate these topics of awareness. So, you know, and I could go on. If I kept watching this, I could probably do this for like 25 minutes. Especially at the end, it gets kind of like a hot mess here, and I'm like, like this part. I'm gonna show you the parts that bug me. Fine. So right there. So like that. I didn't know. Believe me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to flip up to the falsetto or not, and I kind of was like, should I go for it or just pull away? And so what I did was I just turned my face away because I was like, leave me out. And then I make a little sound after. Like, check this out. Like I was making like angstful kind of. Oh, I did. Don't say I've made up. I don't care to go. I'm home about it. So this part, it's okay. I don't love it. I feel like I'm too barky. I'm home. I wish I had a little more compression on it, which would fall into style, because I'm making it more bluesy than jazz, really. And it would fall into tone quality, right? Into those categories. Pitch, tone quality, text connectedness, physicality, and style. And there's more. Oh my God, we could add so many more. Breathing. Jeez. Just me and my lady. Oh, that got a little. See, I didn't know if I was going to go up there. That's why you practice this stuff before. Like, don't just go up and wing it. Yeah. I miss it. See, I'm just like, wow, throwing it out there. Don't love that part. But I'm showing you. Learn from these things, right? I liked going up there, saving my. That was cool, but then love. I weighted it down with my gut and made it kind of heavy, which made it unstable coming back into the U. Listen to that. And you guys know I say these same things to you guys. It's the same thing. This is muscle memory building. If I were to sing this again, saving my love, I'd work on making that love. I mean, if I had practiced it, right? I would take that love and I would make it a little tighter and clean. Saving my love. So it didn't get bombastic and slammy there, right? It's good to pull away like I did. When you get really big like that, saving my... I mean, I was back there because that mic was so hot. I was like almost Michael Bublé style where you hold it way out here at the end, you know? Anyway, so listen critically. Try to turn off the negative chatter, or not even turn off the negative chatter. Just be present to it. Like, oh, look. Oh, I suck. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, I should quit. Oh, interesting. Thanks, negative chatter. I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm going to get back to work. So you learn from it. So what would I learn from it? Number one, practice your stuff. Just wing it in front of a recital. Don't be crazy like that. All right. That would be the big thing I would learn from it, is go back and actually drill it. I would also, if I were getting critical, I would say, okay, back off on your air pressure a little bit, focus more on vocal fold closure, figure out what improvisations you're going to do at the end a little better, like the physicality. You know, those are the things I would critique about my performance right there. All right. And a lot more, you know, but, so be loving, be honest, look at topics, focus on topics. Okay.